Welcome back to KonoSuba Anime Review, episode number 7. You're probably thinking, now, I am reviewing basically the spin-off series of KonoSuba, Explosion on This Wonderful World. Yep. That is the name of this thing. Yep. Now, if I read about this particular series, it is set exactly 1 year before the events of KonoSuba. So, in this particular series, we see people reprise their roles from KonoSuba. We see Erica Martinez playing, of course, Megumin. Her parents and her sister all play the same people play her in KonoSuba. I think they made a debut in the first movie. They brought them back. There's another character who appears in episode 2. His name is... I'm trying to think of his name here. Just trying to make sure this is correct. Excuse me about this. Here we go. There's one named Bakurai. Yeah, he also appeared in the anime prior. He appeared in the movie. Yes, the one focused on the Crimson Village. He's voiced by Sean Kuplik, who reprises his role for the main series. Now, Yain, who actually made her debut, I believe, in one of the OVAs. Yeah, it was actually in the first OVA for the series. She, of course, they actually replaced, let's see. She's with by Callum Mills at first, and for some reason they replaced her with the very next episode with Emily Lowe. I'm not sure exactly why they replaced her, but they did. Yeah. Oh, they replaced her for one episode. Mostly it's Kylie Mills. Basically, a lot of the people who were in the previous series are played by the same people. But there's a lot of characters in this one that are completely 100% original. Well, original to this series per se. Take, for instance, the character who appears in the first episode, who goes by the name... Well... They don't give her a name. You have this beautiful woman with pink hair, a diamond in her head. Oh yeah, and also Megumin wants basically her chest size. Yes, seriously. And yet she doesn't use the darkness for some reason. Don't know why, but she doesn't. The thing starts out with her basically seeing her do explosion magic. And she really wants to learn explosion magic. She of course says about like apparently she was sealed and she was free thanks to Megumin for opening this cube, this ball. Like, what do you wish? World domination. Nope, can't do that. Double king. Nope, can't do that. Explosion magic. Catch crawfish. Maybe have my breast size, basically. Have a breast size the size of hers, which, as of currently, has not grown that size at all. So, I think in the main series, she was 14 years old. So, I think at this point, she's 13. Yes. So, right afterwards, on the way home, we meet her adorable little sister, Kimiko. Yep. And yes, they actually brought back her voice actress in the main series, Jackie Lazara. Her father, Hazabaru, is voiced by Joe J. Thomas. His beautiful wife, who Megumin has a striking resemblance to, is played by Dorothy Fan. Yep. Yeah, so any familiar character for the main series, like I said, all reprise their roles. There's no change at all. So, there's Crawfish, and of course there's Yai, and of course she comes home, and of course she sees her sister. When her sister comes home, we see her father, and apparently they said to have this very special dinner because, well, they do explain in a flashback that apparently the woman who maybe met in the start of the episode bought a trinket for them for 10,000 year Eris. Yes, Eris. Because, of course, that's the currency of this world, which, thank you, basically. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Who is the creator of the Explosion anime? Who did the anime adaptation, you might ask? Excuse me. The answer is Studio Drive, which I have heard they're actually the ones who's taking over for season 3 for KonoSuba. I don't know why. It's kind of weird. Where, like, you had the first season done by, I think it was, because they announced this just fairly recently when they announced that, oh, like, here's the thing. I initially thought that when this thing premiered back in April, I thought KonoSuba itself came back. Nope. It's a spinoff. I was a bit disappointed, but I kind of enjoy this series so far. Okay, so the company that originally made KonoSuba was Studio Dean. Yeah, no explanation of exactly why they switched studios for. But here's the weird thing. The movie was not made by Studio Dean. You're thinking, really? Nope. The movie that they had was made by a completely different studio, JC Stapp. So this is not the first time they switched studios. It's almost like either Studio Dean was very hesitant doing their season. It's probably the reason we get season 2 for quite a while. And if you're curious, that movie came out in 2019. Of course, I reviewed it in 2020. You see, the first season aired in 2016, second in 2017. Now, my guess is probably the reason why they decided not to do another season per se is because they're probably busy or they're hesitant, and my guess is the committee behind this series were probably getting very, very frustrated with Studio Dean about greenlighting their season. So like, screw you, we're going to the brand new studio, Studio Drive, to basically do this new season. And plus, first we're going to do this explosion anime because it's important to Book 9. Yep, it's important to Book 9 because the mysterious woman who appears at the start of the episode, that's where she first shows up. So, if they adapt that book and they explain, oh, we met years prior, that's probably the reason why they decided to adapt this now, was because they're probably going to adapt it for this upcoming season. Oh, and probably another theory that they probably didn't like, though, was, here's the thing, the first 2 seasons of the show, of KonoSuba, was only 10 episodes apiece, 10 plus 1 OVA, so kind of making like 11 episodes, which, oh yeah, they only adapt like 2 books in like 10 episodes. And like, really? And there's a lot more books. And here's the thing. The anime concluded, here's the thing, light novel series concluded in Japan 3 years ago. 3 years ago as of last month. Here, the final book was actually released fairly recently. I actually own it. Yes. Book 17 was actually released just August of last year. Yep, that's when it was released. Now, the book that adapts for this episode is actually slightly longer than the main series. I read it. They said the line is 224 pages. The version I have was just 201 pages. I'm like, that's short. Yeah, so they get home, and of course, after they eat this teriyaki, and then like, oh yeah, they also had enough money from the sale, not only by this food, but also by making me her original robes. Basically, the robes for you see like in the covers. I mean, her particular series. Now, you might be curious asking, Nick, do you own any of the light novels that spin off of this particular series? No. I don't. I never had an interest in buying the light novels, per se. I never interested to read the series because of the prequel series. I had no interest at all. I mostly focused on the main series. But because it's anime, I had to read the spin-off. I had to read the spin-off series because it's adapted, because it's part of the franchise. Fine. I was also very hesitant to get into Aria of Freya Zero, especially if you read the books. They're really freaking long. Like the last book of the series is like our 500 freaking pages. Yeah, it's a freaking doorstop, that thing is. So, by the way, the mysterious woman, she is not appearing in the next episode, so they will introduced to the Red Prison. Now, the best way to describe basically what we see here, it's like basically KonoSuba meets Harry Potter. Because we have 11 students, because it's a small village, and they're basically taught magic. They do bring up in the anime, now, I think in the book, you have to basically have 30 points, 30 advanced points in order to become an adult. Here, you have to learn advanced magic. So, we also see a woman who's got the same eye patch that Megami sports in present day. Now we do see here in the flat in this series that Megami's already got her hat already. She basically has in present day. She does not have her staff or the outfit she wears in present day or the bandages on her leg. She looks like a normal student with basically like a tie. So, and they show up the classes, quick montage, and she wants an explosion magic, and they think it's useless, despite the fact it's very powerful. Now, the weird thing is that the Mysterious only appeared in the first episode. I don't think she appears for the rest of the first book per se, but I don't remember she appears. If I remember reading the book, she does not appear for the rest of the book at all. She appears briefly at the beginning, and that just there for this book here, the book 9. So they show up the classes. We have a PE session where like she has to like convince her teacher to be excused from PE. And then all of a sudden it starts raining. And they have to save everything. And also, Yai, but when she joined the school, she claimed herself to be Megamine's rival. And she's very friendly with Megamine despite being her rival. Because she wants to beat her. I'm like, okay. Now here's the thing. Yai is a daughter of the chief of the village. So, of course she accepted it, no problem. And of course she probably does no magic. Though here's the thing about her, that Megami has always been jealous of her. The fact her bust is bigger than hers. And they're practically the same age. Yeah, she's always been jealous of her for that. Heck, in the main series, she basically just almost beats up Yai's chest half the time. Just because she hates the fact that her chest is bigger than hers. But she does not do the darkness, though. Nope. Darkness, she probably doesn't do with her because she's older. But Yai is the same age she is, so she probably is upset about that. And plus, she's taller. Though, Kazuma prefers her as more cuter than Yai. And that probably drew her to him to become occasionally curious, though. They actually become a couple in the actual light novels, which I'm looking forward to seeing that in the anime. So, after they with that, and then they have like a little test on creatures who just apparently was on seal thanks to some demon lord, which I think will say is Demon King per se, but so they basically and then of course we introduced to the shoemaker, which of course we have Sean Coupling, well the guy who inherited the shoe shop, who apparently likes stalking the most beautiful girl in the village, Sayako. And if you're curious though, she never appears in the anime. She never appeared in the main series. Nope. Yeah. Yeah, so it's Segito. He's in love with her, but Megami already knows him because basically the reason Megami knows him, all right. Apparently, he's our next door neighbor, so he knows all about the fact that he loves stalking this woman. And apparently, there's no mention of her. Now, weird thing is, she's not physically appear in the main series at all. Let's see. Okay, she actually appeared in the movie. Okay. I haven't seen her in this series, but well, I do agree with the fact that most beautiful woman in the village, she is hot. I agree with basically how they described her. Yep. So, so basically, then we have gargoyles show up. So basically, the headmaster. Apparently, they're like weird ornamental gargoyles who go nuts in the village, and then of course the village is partially destroyed, and one of the kids' mom has basic. Oh, by the way, we also get used to Chizako, Chimiko, Megamine's cat in episode 2. Yeah, apparently Yanni just randomly found it and just like thinking it's become like a snack. So basically, Megamine just keeps it in exchange for taking her food. And it claims they're familiar. And of course, Chimosuke is described by everybody being so cute. Yeah, and of course they call her Megumin, but it's Josuke. It is interesting though the fact the first appearance in this series is episode 2. Yeah, and get this. Megumin in the main series is actually one of 2 characters who has a pet. The other, of course, is Aqua, who thinks basically hers was a dragon, but trying to be a chicken. Yep. But, yeah, everything's back to normal by the end of the episode, so we're getting more very next episode, okay? So that's going to be pretty much it, particular view. I'm going to hold out to my next video because I have to get going soon, so expect a video later along with Dr. Stone, because I have 3 animated today. Dr. Stone, Marshall, and Case Closed. I'm hoping to do all 3 today because I don't know why I do 6 tomorrow. Okay, next video. Bye.